Hello, Uncut, and this is Goward Horton with the Goward Horton Show. Now, it's not really the Goward Horton Show, but I just think that would be a good opening, you know what I mean? I was going to go with a theme song like Shaft, but I just kind of cut that out. Folks, let me tell you, this is my humble abode. Hey, like my castle here, you must be looking at, hey, you looking at me? You must be looking at me. I don't see nobody else here. Hey, you must be looking at me. You got a problem, man? You got a problem? If you do, I can fix it. Two across the eyes. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I got a little too worked up there. Okay, look, guys, here's my story. Okay, so I was at the Star Wars convention. This was quite a while ago. It was back in Florida. I saved the money. The Star Wars convention is a little expensive compared to other conventions. It's actually like $400. That's $400, folks. I mean, wow. Too much to just go and dress up, But you know what? For a guy like me who's always loved Star Wars, it felt like it was worth it. So I went ahead and went to this convention. And it was really exciting, actually. Get to meet a lot of the people that you like in the movies. Leia, I got to meet, Mark Hamill. Of course, I had to pay a little extra. And, I got to dress up. I was bald. And actually, my outfit looked a lot like this. Ta-da! So, you can imagine. So I looked. Had my little lightsaber. Oh, yeah. Went all the way. So, anyways, long story short, I got to meet Leia. I got to meet Luke. Leia was very nice. She actually signed my head and said, Leia loves Goward. And I was like, so I was tripping. I was like, wow, she signed my head because my head was bald and stuff. And, she's still fine. You know what I'm saying? She's fine, even nice. She's beautiful. So then, I met Luke, and he was telling me about the story about Samuel Jackson, how he was in the movie Spirit, and how he was wearing this Nazi outfit. And he was asking Samuel Jackson, well, when the movie's over, like, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with this outfit? And then Samuel Jackson was like, well, I'm gonna wear it anywhere I dang please. So, Mark Hamill started really laughing about this. I found this pretty funny, because it was pretty funny. And I was like, this is amazing. Mark Hamill's actually talking to me and telling me this, Luke Skywalker. So that's a really cool story, to tell everybody. So anyway, so everything was going well, because now these are on 2 different days. We'll let y'all know these are 2 different days. So one day I met, Leia first. That day was great. I got to see all these people with all these lovely Star Wars outfits. And I got all these, all these beautiful, outfits they had and whatnot. So it was really exciting. But then at the end of the night, I neglected to realize that I needed to get the right time for my bus, to be able to get back to my hotel. So, long story short, I'm out, getting ready to get on this bus, and I'm waiting and waiting, thinking, oh, the bus is going to come. It's going to take me back to the hotel, because I use the same bus every day. It's like a shuttle to a bus or whatever. So I'm thinking, oh, it's all good. And, but it just didn't come. I just kept waiting, and finally someone lets me know, oh, it's already done, for the night. It's not like out here where you have late buses. In Florida, they kind of cut off after a while. They're still southern, and so they don't have them running that long. So anyway, I found this out the hard way. I walked down the street, I'm walking, I'm like, it's cool, and no problem. And I go to the next bus stop, I get on the bus, and this bus is still running. So I'm like, okay, it's cool, I can still get up out of here or whatever. So I got on this bus, and my friends, this bus took me and dropped me off at a parking lot in the middle of nowhere. Folks, I'm wearing a Star Wars outfit, ball, lightsabers, in the middle of some kind of weird mall parking lot that's been closed down in the middle of the night in another state I've never been to. In Florida. I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to find a taxi, trying to find somewhere to get home. Didn't really have that much money, because pretty much you didn't have to pay. They already had the bus thing, so I was using that. And, wow. It was really not a good experience. So I'm thinking I'll just get on the bus and I'll get a taxi. And so I did find a taxi. It took me a little while, but I didn't have that much money, so he only took me so far and he dropped me off. And then I'm again left out in the middle of nowhere. Long story short, I ended up walking. And I'm like, well, I'll just walk. I'm asking people directions. Where's the next bus that does run that goes in this direction? And they're telling me this, they're telling me that. 7-Elevens are telling me this and telling me that. Before you know it, I'm just walking across neighborhoods. I'm walking across streets. I'm walking across freeway on ramps for some reason. I don't even remember how I got there, but people were pointing me because like the freeways were entering into the streets or something, and it's a different state, you know. So I'm walking along freeways like I'm a nomad wandering, and I have a Star Wars outfit on. So of course, when you're asking people for a ride, they already are kind of, you know, feeling a little funny about taking a brother in at this time of night. Number two, I'm bald and I got a Star Wars outfit, so it's kind of harder when you're wearing that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine the fun I was having. So I'm walking. I'm like, yo, please, somebody take me. So I just walked like I had been like Lawrence in Arabia. Basically, I knew a lot more about Florida after that. I saw it firsthand, y'all. And I want to tell you that's not an experience I want to repeat. But I did eventually get home because apparently I'm here. There was this one nice young lady at a hotel that decided to drive me because I, by that time, had almost walked all the way home from this convention center, which I guess was like walking from downtown to my house or something like that in Slauson in L.A. So I think that's basically what the distance I walked. So that was exercise, and at least I had a lightsaber for light, and I didn't see no alligators. So I thank God for that and His miracles. And anyway, so that's my funny story. Hope y'all liked it. The next day I got to see Mark Hamill. I told you the story he told me. But in between that, I had to go through, basically the Exodus. So, all right, y'all. Peace. And before I go, I want to leave you with this.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars, don't let them end. Star Wars, if they should bar wars, please let me Star Wars.